My beloved child, before this message unfolds, I need you to promise yourself one thing. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and every word you hear is connected to the title that brought you here. Imagine this for a moment. A quiet room. A heart filled with faith. A simple prayer spoken with complete honesty. No audience. No performance. Just your voice reaching toward heaven. But what if someone nearby quietly recorded that prayer without telling you? What if they expected to hear ordinary words, yet what they discovered left them completely speechless? What they heard was not the voice they thought they knew. They heard courage where they expected weakness. They heard peace where they expected fear. They heard hope that refused to disappear. And from that very moment, everything they believed about you began to change. Don't skip, because the deepest part of this story has not been revealed yet. There are moments in life when people notice you only from the outside. They see your smile, your routine, your silence, and they assume they know your story. But they never hear what your heart whispers when no one else is around. Your private prayers carry a different sound. They carry sincerity. They carry humility. They carry dreams that have never been spoken aloud. The person who listened to that recording expected to hear complaints or empty words, but instead they heard someone who still chose gratitude in difficult moments, someone who continued believing even while waiting for answers, someone who refused to let disappointment steal hope. That unexpected discovery stayed with them long after the recording ended. They replayed your words again and again, wondering how someone could remain so genuine when nobody was watching. Stay till the end, because this unexpected reaction is only the beginning. The surprising part is not that your voice was recorded. The surprising part is what your words awakened in the heart of the listener. They realized that real strength does not always sound loud. Sometimes it sounds like quiet faith spoken through gentle words. Sometimes it sounds like patience refusing to give up. Sometimes it sounds like a person choosing kindness when life has given every reason to become bitter. They could not ignore what they heard because it challenged everything they assumed about you. Suddenly your silence made sense. Your calmness made sense. Even the moments when you walked away from unnecessary arguments began to make sense. They understood that your greatest conversations were never with the crowd. They were the ones spoken quietly with complete honesty. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the greatest discovery has not yet been revealed. As the recording reached its final moments, one sentence stood out above every other word. It was simple, but it carried extraordinary meaning. It revealed a heart that cared more about becoming better than about proving itself to anyone else. That single realization remained with the listener long after the recording stopped. From that day forward, they no longer looked at you the same way. They began paying attention to the kindness you showed, the patience you carried, and the quiet confidence that surrounded you. They finally understood that your greatest strength was never hidden inside loud moments. It was always present in the sincere words you spoke when you believed no one else was listening. And that is why this story matters. Sometimes the words spoken in private become the very reason someone discovers the truth about your character. so don't skip. Stay till the end of this journey in the next part, because something even greater is about to be revealed, and the next chapter will uncover why that recording became the beginning of a remarkable change. A quiet discovery was about to become an unforgettable turning point. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The person who had secretly listened to your recorded prayer could not move on with life as if nothing had happened. They expected to forget it within minutes, but instead your words echoed in their heart throughout the entire day. Every sentence revealed a different side of you. They realized that while many people speak confidently in front of others, your most meaningful words were spoken when you believed nobody was listening. That honesty carried a power they had never experienced before. The recording became more than a sound. It became a mirror that reflected the true character hidden behind your ordinary days. The more they replayed it, the more one question filled their mind. How could someone remain so hopeful, so calm, and so genuine during moments that no one else would ever see? Stay till the end because the answer changed everything. As they continued listening, they noticed something they had completely missed in every conversation they had ever shared with you. Your prayer was not focused on proving yourself. It was filled with gratitude, patience, wisdom, and quiet confidence. They suddenly understood that your greatest strength was never your appearance, your success, or your achievements. It was your heart. That realization completely transformed the way they looked at you. Small moments from the past started making sense. Every kind word you had spoken, every act of patience, every silent decision to walk away from unnecessary conflict suddenly fit together like pieces of a hidden picture. The recording revealed the version of you that the world rarely gets to see. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you because this is only the beginning of what they discovered. Then something unexpected happened. They stopped listening only to your voice and started listening to the meaning behind every sentence. They heard someone asking for wisdom instead of recognition. They heard someone choosing kindness over pride. They heard someone hoping for peace instead of applause. That was the moment their heart became completely quiet. They realized they had misunderstood you for a very long time. Everything they once believed about your personality suddenly felt incomplete. They knew they had witnessed something incredibly rare. It was impossible to ignore because sincerity always leaves a lasting impression. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you because one final realization completely changed their perspective forever. The final moments of that recording carried the greatest surprise of all. They discovered that your private words matched the life you lived every single day. There was no difference between the person you appeared to be in public and the person you became in private. That kind of consistency is unforgettable. It inspired respect that could never be forced. It created admiration that could never be manufactured. From that moment forward, they quietly began watching your actions with fresh eyes, noticing details they had ignored before. They realized that genuine character speaks louder than any performance ever could. And while they never expected a simple prayer to leave such a lasting impact, it became the very reason they started believing that extraordinary people often reveal themselves in ordinary moments. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next part reveals the surprising decision they made after hearing your voice, and it is the one detail nobody could have predicted. The story became even more remarkable from that day forward. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The person who had listened to your recorded prayer could no longer pretend that nothing had changed. Every ordinary conversation with you suddenly felt different because they had already heard the words that came directly from your heart. They realized that your private moments carried more truth than anything they had ever witnessed before. While many people carefully choose their words when others are watching, your prayer revealed a heart that never changed, whether anyone was listening or not. That discovery stayed with them every single day, and it slowly transformed the way they thought about you. They were no longer impressed by appearances. They had discovered something far greater. They had discovered authenticity. As time passed, they found themselves remembering small details that once seemed unimportant. They remembered your patience during difficult moments. They remembered your calm response when others became impatient. They remembered the quiet encouragement you gave without expecting recognition. Suddenly every memory connected perfectly with the words they had heard in that recording. Nothing was accidental. Your kindness was genuine. Your hope was genuine. Your gratitude was genuine. The recording had uncovered the hidden foundation of your character, and that truth became impossible to ignore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the next realization surprised even the listener. One evening they decided to play the recording one more time, believing they had already noticed everything it contained. But this time they heard something completely different. They noticed the confidence hidden inside your peaceful words. They realized your prayer was never driven by fear. Instead, it reflected quiet trust, steady hope, and unwavering faith that better days would come. That single discovery completely changed their understanding of strength. They realized true strength is not measured by loud voices or impressive speeches. It is revealed through quiet consistency, faithful actions, and sincere words spoken when nobody expects applause. That realization left a lasting impression they could never forget. From that moment onward, they began treating every conversation with you differently. They listened more carefully. They paid attention to your wisdom. They appreciated your calm spirit. They respected the values you quietly lived every day. Without realizing it, your recorded prayer had become a guide that reshaped their perspective. It reminded them that genuine character is revealed behind closed doors long before it is recognized in public. The greatest surprise was not the recording itself. The greatest surprise was discovering that your private life reflected the same goodness people experienced whenever they met you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the next part reveals the extraordinary choice they made after realizing that your voice carried far more than simple words. It carried a lasting example they would never forget. An unforgettable realization was waiting just beyond what anyone expected. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Days after hearing your recorded prayer, the listener discovered something that could not be explained by coincidence alone. Every time they remembered your voice, they also remembered the peace they felt while listening. It was not because the words were complicated. It was because they were completely sincere. They realized that honesty has a sound of its own. It cannot be copied, rehearsed, or manufactured. It simply flows from a heart that chooses faith even when nobody is watching. That truth became impossible to ignore, and from that moment they understood why your presence always felt different from everyone else. The recording slowly became more than a memory. It became a reminder that true greatness is often hidden inside ordinary moments. They began looking back at every interaction they had ever shared with you. Suddenly they noticed details they had overlooked before. The quiet encouragement you gave to others. The patience you carried without expecting recognition. The gentle confidence that surrounded your words. They realized your private prayer perfectly matched your public life. There was no difference between who you were in silence and who you were before the world. That consistency surprised them more than anything else. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the greatest discovery had still not arrived. Then one unexpected thought entered their mind. They wondered how many other people had completely misunderstood you simply because they had never heard the side of you that appeared only in your quiet moments. They realized people often judge by appearances, but your recorded prayer revealed your true foundation. It revealed hope instead of fear. Gratitude instead of complaint. Wisdom instead of pride. Every sentence carried quiet strength, and that strength continued to echo long after the recording ended. They could not stop thinking about it because genuine character always leaves a lasting impression. Finally, they reached a conclusion that changed everything they believed. They understood that the most valuable part of your life was never the image people could see. It was the heart that remained unchanged when nobody was watching. That single recording became the reason they started valuing sincerity above appearances, kindness above recognition, and quiet faith above loud words. The greatest surprise was never the recording itself. The greatest surprise was discovering that your unseen moments revealed your greatest qualities. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because in the next part the final hidden detail from that recording will be revealed, and it will bring the entire story together in a way nobody could have expected. The final piece of this remarkable story is more powerful than anyone imagined. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The person who quietly recorded your prayer eventually realized that the greatest surprise was never hidden inside a single sentence. It was hidden in the complete picture your words created. Every expression of gratitude, every hopeful thought, every peaceful moment revealed a heart that remained steady no matter what was happening around you. They expected to hear an ordinary conversation, but instead they discovered a life built on sincerity. That discovery stayed with them far longer than they ever expected. They realized they had witnessed something rare, a person whose private words matched their public actions. That kind of consistency cannot be created for an audience. It can only come from genuine character. As the days passed, they stopped thinking about the recording as a secret moment and started seeing it as an unforgettable lesson. They understood that the strongest people are often the quietest. The greatest influence is not always found in loud speeches or public recognition. Sometimes it is found in a single honest prayer spoken when no one else is around. They remembered how every word carried hope instead of discouragement, gratitude instead of complaint, and peace instead of confusion. Those qualities became impossible to forget. The recording had revealed something more valuable than they ever expected. It had revealed the true foundation of your heart. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the final realization is the one people remember forever. Then they reached one conclusion that changed everything. They realized that your voice did more than speak words. It inspired reflection. It reminded them to value honesty, humility, patience, and kindness in their own life. Without trying to impress anyone, you had left an unforgettable impression. That was the greatest surprise of all. The recording they thought would be forgotten became a turning point that quietly transformed the way they viewed character, faith, and authenticity. They understood that people may notice talents for a moment, but they remember genuine hearts for a lifetime. So if this story has stayed with you until this very moment, remember its greatest message. Never underestimate the quiet moments that nobody else seems to notice. The words spoken with sincerity, the hope carried through ordinary days, and the kindness shown without expecting recognition often become the very things that leave the deepest impact on others. Sometimes the greatest testimony is not spoken before a crowd. It is revealed in the moments when you believe nobody is listening. And that is exactly why the title of this story became unforgettable. Someone recorded your voice while you were praying, expecting to hear something ordinary. Instead, they heard a heart filled with sincerity, gratitude, hope, and quiet strength, and that unexpected discovery changed the way they saw you forever. Don't skip this truth. Stay with it. Because sometimes the quietest moments become the loudest evidence of who you truly are, and that is a revelation people never forget. A new understanding began to unfold long after the recording had ended. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The most surprising part of this journey was not that someone heard your prayer. It was that they could never forget it. They expected the memory to fade like every other ordinary moment, but it never did. Instead, your voice became a quiet reminder that genuine faith, sincere gratitude, and unwavering hope leave a deeper impression than impressive speeches ever can. Every time they remembered that recording, they remembered the calm confidence behind your words. They realized they had witnessed something that cannot be imitated, a heart that remained the same in private as it did in public. That discovery became unforgettable. As they reflected on everything they had heard, they noticed another extraordinary detail. Your prayer was not centered on yourself alone. It carried kindness, compassion, and hope for others. That completely changed their perspective. They understood that true greatness is revealed by what a person quietly wishes for when nobody else is present. In a world where many seek attention, your words carried humility. In a world filled with noise, your voice carried peace. They realized they had accidentally uncovered the most valuable part of your character. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because one final realization brought everything together. The listener eventually shared one simple thought with someone they trusted. They said, "I expected to hear ordinary words, but I heard extraordinary sincerity." Those words stayed with everyone who heard them. They reminded people that the strongest influence is often invisible. The greatest example is often quiet. The most unforgettable voice is often the one that speaks with honesty rather than seeking recognition. Without realizing it, your private prayer had become a lasting lesson for someone else's life. They began paying closer attention to kindness. They valued patience more deeply. They started believing that authenticity is far more powerful than appearance. This is why this story continues to matter. Every quiet moment has the potential to reveal something remarkable. Every sincere word spoken with faith has the power to leave an impression far beyond what you can imagine. Sometimes the greatest message is never planned for an audience, yet it reaches exactly the person who needs to hear it. That is the unforgettable connection behind this title. Someone recorded your voice while you were praying, expecting something ordinary, but what they heard became a once-in-a-lifetime discovery that reshaped the way they saw you forever. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter reveals how one unexpected moment continued creating change long after the recording was over, proving that genuine character always speaks louder than words alone. The story reached a level that nobody could have imagined. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Long after the recording was made, the listener realized they had not simply heard a prayer. They had witnessed a heart speaking without fear of being judged. That realization stayed with them every morning and every evening. Whenever life became busy, your voice returned to their memory, reminding them that the strongest people are often those who remain faithful to their values when nobody is watching. They understood that your quiet moments carried more influence than many public speeches ever could. What they heard was not ordinary. It was unforgettable. As they reflected more deeply, another surprising truth became clear. They noticed that every word of your prayer carried the same spirit as your everyday life. Your kindness was not temporary. Your patience was not an act. Your gratitude was not reserved for special occasions. It was woven into every part of who you were. Suddenly they realized why people naturally felt comfortable around you. It was because authenticity creates peace wherever it goes. The recording had revealed the invisible foundation that supported everything you did. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the greatest lesson was still ahead. One day they asked themselves a question they had never considered before. How many extraordinary people have I overlooked simply because I never listened beyond appearances? That single question changed their outlook forever. They became slower to judge and quicker to appreciate genuine character. They began looking for honesty instead of perfection, consistency instead of popularity, and quiet strength instead of loud confidence. Without intending to, your recorded prayer had inspired a lasting transformation in someone else's heart. That is the kind of impact that cannot be measured, because it continues growing long after the moment has passed. Then came the most memorable discovery of all. They realized the recording had never been about exposing your private words. It had revealed something far more meaningful. It showed that the person you are when no one is watching is the same person you are when the world is looking. That rare kind of integrity became the reason they respected you more than ever before. They understood that true influence begins in the unseen moments, long before anyone notices the results. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the final chapter will reveal the lasting message hidden inside this remarkable story, a message that will remain in the hearts of those who hear it long after the video ends.